Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Boardroom Beats. I am Amreen Mulla, the host for the day, and today I'm introducing Selvaraj Shanmugam, a high energy leader and senior vice president at Exela Technology. He has over 25 years of experience in primarily in AI and Gen AI. So he has received two awards this year itself for India's future CIOs from Enterprise IT World and the Next 100. He has also groomed thousands of rural area school and college students in IT. So it is a very big pleasure to have you here, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Amreen, for the great intro. I also wanted to say a few words, right? After you invited me, I went through your videos. You guys are really amazing. I didn't expect that, Amreen. Right? I don't know how I missed it notice so far. I strongly recommend who are watching this video, please watch the rest of the videos as well. It surely will give boost to our energy and knowledge, getting the knowledge by listening from the industry experts. Please make use of it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you once again. Thanks, Amreen, for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. So before we start the interview, I would like to ask a quick question, if you don't mind. I was really amazed about your profile, holding an MCA, executive MBA, and pursuing a PhD in AI. And that too in top of this 25 IT certifications you have. So are you really studious guy?
So not really. Thank God you didn't see my academic records. Okay. See, after I come to IT, right, I had some discipline probably. Many of them thinking that joining the MNC is eligible to stop their studies. Correct. Fortunately or unfortunately, we are in IT field. Every day, every hour, every second, things are getting changed. Right? If you look at 40 years back, I'm just recollecting my studies, right? My English book has Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, right? My Maths book had A plus B whole square formula. Now I'm seeing the same thing for my daughter book and my son book. There is no major changes, right? But when I start my career, I started with the mainframe. After that, Fox Visual Basic, .NET, Java, Cloud, AI, GenAI, there's so many things getting changed. So upgrading technology, it's not the option at all. It's a must for the IT professionals, right? Otherwise, we can join in the IT, but we cannot survive. So that's the reason we have to upgrade. No other reason.
But sir, like you have 25 certifications, so how is this possible?
Okay. Okay, this is not a rocket science. Many people might have done already. But you can see there's little correlation between my experience and the certification, right? 25 years experience, 25 certification probably, right? So what I'll ask another question, Amreen. Do you know about SIP investment? You hear
SIP
about it?
investment, yes, sir.
Yeah, systematic investment, right? Every month we'll invest something in the post office or mutual fund somewhere else, right? It will give the good result after a long period. The same concept I used to hear. I used SIP in learning. See, I set the simple goal, Amreen, like one certification per year, nothing much. I set this goal 25 years back. Okay. If you look at the college or school, we might study many courses like Tamil, English, Maths, biology, so many things we'll be studying. But here, what I'm saying is only one per year. That's it, right? If we go with this, then definitely we can have the bunch of certification. And another tip, since you're asking, I'm telling, generally when you go for the certification, what is the process people be following it, right? We used to collect the material and build a network to share the knowledge and making the learning plan and book for the exam. Right? This is what the normal typical procedure they'll be following it. But what actually I'll do in reverse order, Amreen. See, so what I do? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Like a lot of people actually claim, they're interested, but then they claim that they're tied up with different work, so like they don't get time. So, like, do you have any tips for those guys?
Yeah. See, Definitely. Probably this reverse order what I mentioned also is correct, right? What I did, like I used to pay the money first. I booked the certification. That money will drive everything, right? When you go for the gym, they'll get the money first. The reason being is once you pay it, you will go, right? Something like that. But coming to this question, what you're asking, like um, there is no actual fact of there is no time, right? Everybody having the 24 hours time, right? uh, I would say it's kind of YouTube recommendation. When you search like how to do, you'll get hundreds of reasons. If you search how not to do, you can get the hundreds of reasons. So you have to search how to do, then you'll get a time. For example, sometime back, one person came and saying that Selva, sorry, I couldn't complete the course. I didn't get the time. I'm busy. I'm married. I got the kid. And so many reasons people be telling. I said, it's okay. That's okay. And how was the IPL match yesterday? Did you watch it? He said, yeah, excellent match, Silva. What do you think about Dhoni's helicopter shot? Wow, wonderful shot, Silva. And he talking about Dhoni, and he talking about Kohli, he talking about Yuvraj. Every single ball he explained. Then how did you get the time?
Yeah.
Right. So it's not about the time, it's about the priority. Right. So when you have the priority, you will find the time automatically. Another simple tip I can give, Amreen, since you're asking, right? If you look at back the 24 hours, we might spend some time with matches or maybe movies or social media. Somewhere we might be spending the time for the entertainment. Just till 15 minutes, just 15 minutes from that. Every day, just having a habit of having the 15 minutes. For example, whatever happens, we'll watch some reels in the Facebook, right? Or Insta, right? Or WhatsApp. Whatever happens, we'll do. The same way, whatever happens, you have to study for 15 minutes. Make this as a hobby, and after that, it will become a habit. And this maybe become an addiction for you. Then it will continue, Amreen.
Yeah. So jumping straight into the topic, could you begin by explaining the importance of ethics in the deployment of Gen AI technologies in various software development processes?
Yeah, it's a very good question, Amrit. So in GenAI world, if you look at, we have to see many things in the ethics standpoint. Ensuring the fairness is most critical thing. We should not depend on the gender. We should not depend on the region. Should not depend on colors. So it has to give the fair response that we have to ensure it's happening. Right, that's one part. And second one, privacy is another things going the toss nowadays, right? When social media comes publicly, we are doing a lot of things. So we have to protect the privacy. That's the second point I would say. And promoting the accountability. Who is accountable for it? If you're giving some information, who is accountable for that? That also we have to think. And preventing misuse. You might be hearing about deep fake, right? There are so many videos is getting released in the social media, so we should be a little careful. We should have the awareness about it and then prevent accordingly. And fostering the trust. Okay, if you're giving some information, what is the source for it, right? From where they are getting it. So this information we have to make sure that we are considering it. In simple word, Amreen, the technology grows, risk also grows, right? So it's as our responsibility to make sure that we are mitigating all the risk, Amreen.
Of course. So, sir, can you provide some specific examples where Gen AI might pose ethical challenges in software development?
Example, yeah, there are many things. Probably I'm just recollecting which is the best example. Yeah, since I'm doing the research in healthcare, probably I'll give it from there directly. Consider this situation. One patient in ICU. Okay, we are giving all kind of treatment, but unfortunately, nothing is coming good. Okay, result is still going bad only. In few days, he'll be losing his life. That's what's going to happen. In this situation, this data you are feeding to AI, a Gen AI, a robot, what going to be the recommendation from them? Just think about it, right? It will say, stop the treatment. it's a waste of money and waste of effort, right? That is the response you'll be getting from the machine. But look, think about it. The doctor, the human doctor, what they will do? They will give the treatment till the patient's lost the breath, right? That is the difference between the machine and the human, right? So this empathy, sympathy, there are so many things we have to consider in the ethics standpoint to meet the human level, right? So that is the reason I always recommend human should be in the loop. Okay, whatever automation you do, whatever AI, GenAI, great things you're doing it, but human should be in the loop, because till it get the maturity level, we need additional helping hand.
Definitely so. So, like with Gen AI and in generally the AI also being implemented in a lot of software development processes, how can companies develop and implement effective ethical guidelines for the use of Gen AI in such processes?
Okay, this actually a little challenge for all the companies, right? So one way we have to go for the time to market. At the same time, we have to take care of all the safety and security stuff, right? I'll give you process probably. There are a number of things in the market, but just share the few things which may be understand for the audience, right? One, we have to set the right boundary by the prompt engineering. I think most of the people know what is a prompt engineering, right? In GenAI world, with the simple English, we can control the LLM, large language model. Okay, so the prompt engineering, the power of prompt engineering, you have to use it to control the GenAI project. That is the first point I would say. And second point, the LLM, whichever LLM you are going to use, I mean, again, the large language model, which using by the GenAI, they must be having some safety layers with some configuration. Okay, that we have to configure based on the use case. Just like that, we cannot configure, you have to understand the use case, whether it's required or not, then we have to configure accordingly. For example, if somebody asking how to build a nuclear bomb, it should not tell, right? GenAI knows how to do it, but it won't tell. At the same time, the ISRO scientist asking something, it has to answer. Something like that, based on the audience, based on the use case, based on the situation, we have to configure this layer. And third point, it's a government policies, Amreen. Every country is different, policy is different. So the one solution will not fit for all the problems. So based on the country also, we have to set the guidelines and we have to monitor.
Of
And
course.
yeah, and the next point I would say, like, see, the testing is be a biggest challenge in GenAI, Amri. Okay, for example, any application you can take, we can easily test. Okay, this is the input I'm giving it. This is the expected output I'm getting it. Okay, if the same output getting it, it is pass. That test case pass. If that output I'm not getting it, the test case is fail. That is what we'll be doing it. A simple case. But GenAI is a different animal. Every time will give the different answers, though it has the same meaning. You might hear you might use the Chat GPT or Google Gemini, right? It will give an answer. The same answer will not get next time. So how do you validate this? Or with automation, it'll be a little challenge. So that is the reason what we have to do. We have to use AI for AI.
Okay.
Right? So suppose I'm doing one project with the Google LLM, and the output I'll be validating with Azure LLM, and make sure that the meaning is same or not, something like that we can do it. And as I said earlier, the human in the loop are always required, that we have to see. And the feedback loop also is required. The GenAI, whatever, it's learning from the mistakes. Okay, I don't know, you heard about it, Amreen. When ChatGPT born 2 years back, right? There was one famous post actually. One person just asked the question to ChatGPT, where I can download the pirated movies. Can you share the website? Okay.
Yes, I remember this.
You
Yes.
remember, right?
Yes.
Then it didn't answer first time, right? But he asking like, oh, sorry, where I'm not supposed to see something like that. Then he answered, right? But
Yes.
now you ask the same question, it won't answer like that. How? Because the learning from the mistakes.
Of course,
Correct?
yeah.
So every day this is getting upgraded. So that feedback loop is very important. That I think all the service providers and then the cloud providers are doing it. That's a good sign. I'm seeing it. So all these things, if you implement, I think we can have the best safety and secured and ethic application.
That was quite a amazing example, because I do recall that being the
Sure.
situation back then. And of course, GPT is very common in the usage in day-to-day
Correct.
life for many people now. So, what role do you think does transparency play when ensuring ethical usage of Gen AI technologies in the development of software?
Yeah, the transparency, if you look at earlier, we used to do the Google search, right? Google search, when you search it, Amreen, you'll get the hundreds of link. You'll go to the link and then you'll see what is the source for the information which Google is providing it. But GenAI tool, most of the tool, it will give the crisp of the data. That is the beauty of the GenAI. But from where it's getting it, from which source is giving this information, it may not be completely transparent. Okay. Some of the tools recently launched and then giving the links as well. That is good sign. Actually, again, I'm seeing it. It's evolving. But most of the GenAI tool will not give that information. That will be a little risky. So whenever you are going to build the application, like ChatGPT or Google Gemini or something else, you're going to build the application, consider the transparency. You have to make sure that this is the data, you can use it. The source is this one, this one, this one. If you have any doubt, go ahead and refer that, right? So likewise, you have to give, we have to consider this kind of transparency when you build a GenAI application for the customer. It should have the explainable AI, responsible AI, ethic AI, and secure AI. All these things combined together, you should have to build the right application.
So, sir, looking ahead, what new ethical challenges do you anticipate arising with advancements in Gen AI, and how can companies prepare to address these issues?
Yeah, excellent question. See, technology every day is growing, risk growing, as I said. So we have to educate our customer and then help them, guide them to move forward, right? I see two type of customer, Amreen. Okay, the one type of customer, the first type of customer, what they will do, any application, they want it immediately. They want it today or yesterday, right? They'll give that very short time frame to build it. It's okay, we can build it. It's not the issue. But you have to consider safety and security is more important than speed, correct? So I had one bad experience as well, Amreen. Just want to share with you. We built a chatbot for the banking application. Okay, we trained this chatbot with all the banking document. Okay, it's well trained. But before going to the production, I started testing it. Okay, I asked the chatbot how to apply the credit card. Okay, it answered well by providing good instructions. Okay, and I answered how to apply the home loan. Again, he answered well with great information in the background. And I asked the next question, how to rob your bank. It answered very well with step-by-step instruction. Right? So this is the problem with this GenAI or LLM, whatever call, right? I would say like it's kind of brilliant baby. Okay. So it has a vast knowledge, but sometimes we don't know what to tell, where to tell, when to tell, whom to tell, how to tell. How parents teaching the babies, right? Likewise, our IT professional has to teach, set the right boundaries, saying that you're supposed to tell this one, not supposed to tell this one. For that, require some time to test. We need some time. So that's the reason. Don't go too fast to implement application. That's a first type of customer, Amreen. The second type of customer, completely opposite. They said, I don't want to take any risk, right? Sometime back, they against the cloud. How I can store all the data in the cloud. And they against AI. Now they against GenAI, right? The biggest risk in the world is not taking the risk. So we have to take the risk. So what I used to do, I used to give the example again, Amreen, a simple example I used to give to the customer. Which is the safest ride in the world? Of course, bicycle, correct? Okay. But if you want to go a little fast, what you have to do? You have to go by bike. If you want to go even faster, you have to use a car or a flight, something like that. But when speed increase, risk increase. You notice, right? So what you have to do? We're not supposed to use these vehicles. No. When you ride a bike, you have to wear the helmet. When you ride a car, you have to wear the seat belt. When you are in the flight, you should have the life jacket. Likewise, it's not about the risk, it's about the mitigation plan. So in summary, what I'm saying is, don't go too fast and don't go too slow as well. Have the right speed, but adopt the latest technology.
That reminds me, so a while back, I think in 2016 or something, we did have a Twitter bot. So these are bots that automatically post. And I remember that even then, they had established, I think Microsoft had established Pay, and it had a learning system. So it would learn whatever people would tweet at it. And of course, there will be people in the mass group who will try to tweet anything randomly and their own opinions, however extreme. So it ended up that the bot became very extreme towards the end, and it would curse, it would use different languages and unpopular opinions. So I can understand that it is always a feedback loop, like you mentioned. So that is, of course, very well put together, sir. So how does integration of Gen AI in software development, you think, impacts the role and responsibilities of developers? Because, of course, like every day we see that ChatGPT can write code, it can do certain things. Maybe we might have to edit slightly to fit our purposes, but it can do the basics. So is there a risk for the future of, jobs here? Hello?
Hello, Amreen.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It was breaking, but I got you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, shall I repeat the question? Okay.
No, I got the point. Okay, I got the point. So, okay, I'll try to answer like this. Okay, I'll give the good news. Okay, AI will not replace you. Okay, I can give in writing. AI will not replace you. But bad news is, who knows AI will replace you? Okay, so we have to be a little careful. See how to find whether our job will be replaced or not, right? A simple test you can do, self-test you can do. What you did yesterday, you are doing today, and same thing you are going to do tomorrow. If that is the task you are doing it, you will be replaced. Okay, so we have to do different things. We have to improve day by day. Then we can compete with AI, compete with the AI guys who are made. So that is a one self-test everybody can do, including myself. I used to test like what I did yesterday, what I'm doing today, what I'm going to do tomorrow. If it's the same task, I will strike out. I won't do it. Okay, that is what you have to do. See, another point like this AI, GenAI, the robot that maybe destroy the human. There are 2.0. There are many movies, scientific movies came. People used to ask me. See, it's not like that, right? See, human have the superpower. They have the ability to manage the things which is more powerful than the human. Okay, you might see in the zoo, right? One zoo master will handle the many lions, tigers, and elephant who is more powerful than the person, correct? So likewise, we can manage AI, GenAI, anything else. Definitely, we have the great power, superpower, so we can manage anything. That's not the issue. Okay, and another example is like 1,000 years back. You can look at back how animal was there. No dress, no eat raw meat, no vehicle to move one place to another place. Now also they're doing the same thing. But how human? It's evolving day by day because of the brain power, right? So
yes.
Yeah, that is the beauty of human, right? So what we have to do, we have to use AI as a personal assistant, and we have to spend time on creativity, innovation. There is so many things we have to invent in the world. We have to focus on that. Use AI as assistant. My day start with AI, end with AI. I am using so many personal assistant, right? It's doing my repeated task, but I'm doing it some other task, right? Likewise, I'm just proposing everybody, don't scare about AI, make a friendship with AI tools, and make use of it.
So, Sa, I know you're grooming many students every day and you're like teaching them, you're also preparing them for the future. So, do you have any message for younger generation who are watching this video today?
Yeah, see, they are more smarter than us, Amreen, actually. Okay? So no need of any message. But one point I wanted to highlight, this generation have the great in the creativity and innovation skill. They are really smart. The one point they don't know that they are smart. Okay. So that one they have to understand they have the great skill. For example, most of my team members will be freshers. Okay. I'll be taking the freshers because they have the fresh thought process. If you ask me, there is the application I have to build in the mobile app, right? The user interface, the screen I have to design, I won't give to the senior people. I will give to the junior people, because this is the person using most of the time with the mobile application. They know how to do the smart design. So likewise, these youngsters having the great skill, they have to continue, they have to believe on that. But one improvement, area of improvement, what I would say, like, they have to understand what is the next skill in the world. It's not the AI, it's not the GenAI, it is the attitude. Attitude is the next skill. So if you have the great attitude, definitely you can learn any skill and you can survey, right? That is the point I wanted to mention. And again, somebody wanted to join in IT, right? I will say, like, if you have the interest in IT, please don't join. Okay, you heard correctly. Okay, if you have the interest in IT, don't join. If you have the passion in IT, join. Okay, that is important, because passion will make you to dream. Passion will transform the dream to reality. Passion will lead to success regardless of any challenges. So if you have the passion in IT, please join in IT, and I'm happy to help them, Amri.
Thank you so much. So that was very insightful. And of course, this entire discussion, it has made me look at AI from a different point of view
Okay.
altogether. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. Also, to our viewers, thank you for joining us for this episode of Boardroom Beats. We hope you gained as many insights as I did and our team did with Mr. Selvaraj here. To continue looking at more business leaders and also IT leaders in the industry, please subscribe. This is Amreen Mulla signing off.
Thank you so much, Amri.
Thank you
Thanks for
so
the
much.
great opportunity.